Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com. Today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Caribou 9-light tiered chandelier. This is going to be the 10-13-26. So the whole Caribou collection, which is going to be two chandeliers, this is the larger of the two, the 49-inch diameter. It's also a 40-inch diameter, and if you're not sure which one is right for you, reach out to us and we can help you decide on that. These are all inspired by basically those antler chandeliers you see in houses in Colorado, like up in the ski houses in Aspen, maybe Montana ranches, and this is kind of a wink and a nod toward that. It's also a matching wall sconce that's dynamite on its own as well. And even though I talk about all the time that you can do this, you can take a lot of Hubbardton Forge fixtures and you can completely change the context of them and the perception by just changing your metal finish, basically. So if you were to take this fixture, which if you're using it in kind of a rustic, organic location, like a mountain house with a lot of wood and stone, I would probably do dark smoke. I would probably do bronze. They're translucent finishes, which are a window to the metal. But if I'm going to be using this in a place like, let's say, a white Miami condo way up in the sky, and I want to turn this into something different, I want to turn it into basically a piece of sculpture, I'm probably going to do it in a very modern finish, so something like vintage platinum or soft gold, and it completely changes it into something else. It's amazing how you can do that with Hubbardton Forged fixtures all the time. Let's get into details on it. 31.1 inches tall, and that's going to be from the bottom of the fixture to where the chain is going to start, and 49.1 inches in diameter. So this is going to be 38.5 pounds. You'll want to kind of touch base with your installer to make sure whatever you're putting it from, and most likely it's coming from something like this, is attached to the structure of your house. It's just one of those little details you want to take care of beforehand. It's going to ship with 15 feet of wire, 36 inches of chain. Canopy up on the ceiling is kind of like this one. This is a 5-inch, but the one that's coming with this one is going to be 6.6 in diameter. It's going to cover up your J-box without any problem at all. Very important, this is a non-returnable fixture. So non-returnable fixtures do not come back. That's why we want to go over everything with you in the beginning to make sure that this is going to be the thing that you really want, that's right for your needs and your dimensions of your room and all those good details, heights as well. So again, reach out to us so we can kind of go over those kind of things. This is slope ceiling adaptable already because nature, gravity is just going to make it come straight down. It's going to be hanging by chain, kind of like this, actually a little bit thicker gauge. If you need more chain than the 36 inches that's going to come with it, you can always get more chain from us. Chain comes from Hubbardton Forge in 3-foot pieces, and you can take off as many pieces as you need or add them together. There's a little seam in the side right there. You can just barely see it, which allows chain to open up. And what you use to open and close chain is this. This is a chain separating tool, basically. So it opens and closes. When you squeeze it, the end is going to open the chain, and then when you want to close it back up again, you put it here and it's going to close it just like that. So I picked this up on Amazon for less than 20 bucks. It's a great deal. Make sure your installer has one when they're using the chain because it won't leave marks on the chain. Just remember that. Nice little thing there. Let's talk about what you can use as far as lamping goes on this. Now remember, you have 9 sockets, and you have 9 sockets like this. These are the smaller, they're called E12s. E12s are the little chandelier sockets we all grew up with. So these have been around since I was a kid, a long time ago. And if you want to stick with incandescent, you can still do that. You can do it up to 60 watts in each of these. However, there's really great LEDs that are out there to play around with. These are both kind of the same as far as the style goes. So these are flame tips. This is an incandescent flame tip. This is a LED flame tip. Now, if you want to go LED, which I think you should, because there's, again, so many great things out there, you can get them all over the place. So you can get them at Home Depot, Lowe's, any hardware store. Easiest place to get them is online, because then you can really shop and kind of see all the different types that they have. Now remember, you've got 9 of these. So depending on your circumstances, you know, if this is going to be put into a hotel or a restaurant or something like that, and they want to be able to turn that light off and get light on and make it incredibly bright so they can clean their carpets and clean their upholstery and vacuum and all that good stuff, then that's where you probably want to go for a 60-watt equivalent. And these actually come up to a 75-watt equivalent. I found them on Amazon at a 75-watt equivalent, which is quite a bit. But anyway, the dimmable part of the story is very important. And also the other thing is this is a clear one, so you can see the filaments. And they also do make LEDs that are frosted, and then this is a frosted incandescent. So, you know, some people do like to see the filament inside because when they dim it down, it looks a little bit like candlelight way up there. So that's something you can play around with too. They're so inexpensive at this point. I would get a few of them and try them out and see which one is really the one that you like. I think that would be the way to go. They're going to offer these to you in all kinds of different light. And on this fixture, I think it's very important to zero in on the color of the light coming out of these bulbs. They're going to offer them to you in 2700 Kelvin. And I think on this, I think I would really like that, especially if I'm putting it into a mountain house or a ranch house or something more on the organic side, natural stone and wood. 2700 Kelvin really does look like candlelight when you dim it down. Way on the other side, they're going to offer these bulbs to you in something called daylight. And remember, daylight is a bluish white light. It is not a warm light at all. So that's going to be 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin. Not a big fan across the board, quite honestly. However, we use 3,000 Kelvin, which is warm white, soft white, and that's the light coming down on this table. And that one's actually is pretty okay with me. So it depends on your circumstance. If I'm using this in hospitality, if you're specifying this for a hotel or a restaurant, I would go for the 3,000 Kelvin. If I'm doing this in a mountain house where I'm just going to have people over and it's a vacation and everyone's just having a great time, I would probably do the 2,700 Kelvin. In any event, super important, get a dimmable version of that bulb. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below. So scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart. So you can click on dark smoke. You can click on soft gold. Doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a what's on display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.